Yeah, morning trades. We've seen a blistering start to the beginning of the year, but it feels like there's been a bit of a sentiment shift on the session that we've just seen. A few red flags, which are definitely worth monitoring, see if they build momentum. Whether this is a US-centric issue or whether this sort of spills over into global markets yet to be seen. But we've been so used to now the soft data, the survey-based data in the US showing some vulnerabilities, but it's the hard data in the US which has been called into question. That US economy very much called into question. I see the word recession is actually trending on Twitter as I speak. Now, what we've been seeing, retail sales numbers coming out 1.1% decline, the control group element dropping 70 basis points, PPI numbers dropping 0.5% month on month. That's where the market is manifesting in terms of the risk-off play. Those retail sales numbers themselves probably shaving 15, 20 basis points off the Q4 GDP estimates as well. Going to the corporate side, we saw Microsoft announcing layoffs of about 10,000 staff to be cut over Q1. Amazon also announcing 18,000 job losses as well through the US, through Canada and also Costa Rica. The reaction in markets very prolific. Going to the fixed income market, we already saw bonds looking pretty heavy in terms of yields, good buyers playing through, given what we saw from the Bank of Japan. But the data points really accelerated the buying playing through, certainly in the belly of the curve. Fives are trading 355. As you can see, they've dropped very sharply indeed. We've seen the net change in real rates as well, dropping about 13 basis points. So some good moves lower there as well. And we've seen a net change in rates also looking pretty heavy as well. In the S&P, we saw S&P futures trading 40.30 on the back of this data point. And as you can see, they've dropped very sharply indeed. Going through the cash markets, all markets looking pretty heavy. Broad-based selling, we've got about 13% of stocks actually higher on the day. So broad-based selling across all different sectors there. Surprisingly, we've only seen the VIX trading above 20%. So not a huge bid coming through in volatility. Going to FX markets, the dollar's pretty flat, mainly specific about what's happening in euro dollar. But high beta FX is getting a bit of a sell-off today. You're seeing that in the CAD, the Aussie, the NOKI. We've seen some good sellers in Aussie Swiss. I think that's been an interesting play as well. Seeing crude a bit weaker on the day. I think that's obviously a reflection of the perception of demand on the back of this data points as well. And a few sellers coming through in Bitcoin as well. So something we are watching. We are expecting the Aussie market to open flat, but we are expecting Hong Kong and Japan to open on a slightly weaker footing. So definitely we need to want to monitor this sentiment playing through.